You know the feeling. It's Friday, or maybe the first of the month. You're lying in bed, lights off, scrolling through the doom, and you decide to check your banking app. You hold your breath for a second, because usually that's a scary place to be. But then you see it, the deposit hit. For exactly 3 minutes, you feel like a king. You feel like maybe, just maybe, you've got this handled. You do the mental math. Okay, rent is covered, car note is fine, I can actually breathe. But then Monday comes. The auto drafts hit, the credit card bill arrives, and it's somehow $400 higher than you thought it was because, oops, you forgot about that subscription. And gas went up, and you treated yourself to take out 4 times because you were too tired to cook. By Wednesday, that $2,400 isn't a safety net anymore. It's gone. You're back to hovering over the transfer from savings button just to buy groceries without declining. Here is the catch. You aren't losing because you can't do math. You aren't losing because you're bad with money. You are losing because the entire financial ecosystem, from the rewards points on your credit card to the financing terms at the car dealership, is explicitly designed to keep you at zero. There are 7 specific traps set up on the road to wealth. Most people fall into all 7 before they turn 30. Today, we're going to walk through them, because if you don't see the trap, you're definitely going to step in it. The problem deep dive. Let's be real about what being poor actually looks like in America today. I'm not talking about starvation. I'm talking about the Henrys. High earner, not rich yet. Or the people making decent money who feel completely broke. It feels like you're running on a treadmill that is slightly inclined. You work harder, you get a 3% raise, but rent goes up 5% and eggs go up 10%. You run faster, but the scenery never changes. Here is the reality check. The Federal Reserve found that nearly 40% of Americans couldn't cover a $400 emergency with cash. That isn't just low-income workers. That includes people making 6 figures who are trapped in lifestyle cages they built themselves. The system relies on you being functionally broke. If you have savings, you don't need credit. If you don't need credit, the banks don't make interest. If you don't make interest payments, the shareholders aren't happy. You're walking through a minefield blindfolded. We are taught to be good workers. Show up, do the job, get the paycheck. But nobody teaches you how to keep the paycheck. We are consumers first, and investors never. The traps we're about to talk about are psychological. They leverage your dopamine, your ego, and your exhaustion against your wallet. They make spending feel like relief and saving feel like punishment. And the worst part? When you fall into these traps, society applauds you. You buy the new car? Congrats! You finance the wedding you can't afford? So beautiful. You suffer in silence paying for it? That's just life. It's not just life. It's a setup. My name is Matteo. On this channel, we obsess over how money actually works. Not the textbook version, but the messy, real-world version, where emotions and marketing try to wreck your future. I'm a guy on the internet with a camera and a spreadsheet. I'm not a financial advisor, a CPA, or your dad. This is for education and entertainment only. Before you make any major moves with your money, go talk to a qualified professional who knows your specific situation. Don't sue me. I'm just trying to help you stop bleeding cash. The explanation of changes, the 7 traps. So let's break down the mechanics. Why do you stay stuck even when you try to get ahead? It comes down to 2 phases. Phase 1 is the grind, making the money. Phase 2 is the gauntlet, keeping it. The traps live in phase 2. Trap number 1, the I deserve it tax. This is the most dangerous trap because it feels righteous. You worked a 60-hour week. Your boss was a nightmare. You get paid. Your brain screams, I suffered, so now I must be rewarded. The system knows this. It's why food delivery apps send you notifications at 5:30 p.m. on Friday. They're monetizing your exhaustion. You spend $50 on a lukewarm burger to feel better. The relief lasts 20 minutes. The loss of compound interest lasts forever. You're trading your freedom for a dopamine hit. Trap number 2, the monthly payment illusion. Go to a car dealership. Do they ask what is the total price you want to pay? No. They ask, what do you want your monthly payment to be? This is a trap designed to make you overpay by 30 to 40%. They stretch the loan to 72 or 84 months. The payment looks low, $400 a month, but you're paying thousands in interest on a hunk of metal that is losing value every single day. If you think in monthly payments, you will be broke forever. Wealthy people ask, what does this cost? Poor people ask, can I make the payment? The safe savings account. You think you're doing the right thing. You hoard cash in a big bank savings account earning 0.01%. Meanwhile, inflation is 3 or 4%. You're not saving, you're slowly losing money safely. The bank takes your money, lends it out at 7% for a mortgage, pays you 0.01%, and keeps the difference. You're literally subsidizing the bank's profits. The lifestyle creep, the golden handcuffs. You get a $10,000 raise. Do you save $10,000? No. You move to a slightly nicer apartment. $5,000 gone. You lease a slightly nicer car. $3,000 gone. You're making more money, but your margin, the gap between income and expenses, stays at zero. This is why doctors go bankrupt. You upgrade your life to match your income, meaning you can never stop working because your lifestyle is a hungry beast that needs to be fed every month. The high-interest debt, the wealth killer. Credit cards, 25% APR. There is no investment in the world that guarantees you a 25% return. If you have credit card debt, you are currently investing in the bank's retirement fund, not yours. The trap here is the minimum payment. It's designed to keep you in debt for decades. If you pay the minimum on a $5,000 balance, you'll be paying it off for 15 plus years and pay double the original amount. The waiting for the right time. I'll start investing when I have $10,000. I'll start when the market crashes. This is the trap of perfectionism. While you wait on the sidelines, inflation eats your cash. The market is volatile, yes, but sitting in cash is a guaranteed loss of purchasing power over the long term. Time in the market beats timing the market, almost always. The financing depreciating assets. We talked about cars, but this applies to phones, furniture, and clothes. Buy now, pay later is the new cancer. You're financing a pair of sneakers over 4 months. By the time you pay them off, they're scuffed and old. You're borrowing from your future self to impress people who don't care about you today. Let's look at the math, because numbers don't care about your feelings. Let's take trap number 2, the car, and trap number 5, the debt, and see what they actually cost you. Let's say you're 25 years old. You want that new truck. It's $40,000. You finance it. Between insurance, gas, and the loan, you're spending $800 a month on transportation. Now let's say you drove a beater, a boring, paid-off sedan. It costs you maybe $100 a month in maintenance. You take the remaining $700 and invest it in a boring S&P 500 index fund. By the time you're 65, that car decision, just that one decision, is worth $3.8 million, assuming a 10% average return compounded monthly. $3.8 million. That is the opportunity cost of looking cool at stoplights. Now let's look at the credit card trap. You have $10,000 in credit card debt at 20% interest. You pay $200 a month. It will take you 9 years to pay it off. You'll pay $11,000 in interest alone. You bought $10,000 worth of stuff, but you paid $21,000 for it. The system is rigged mathematically. Compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Right now, if you're in these traps, you are paying it. This isn't just about saving money. It's about who gets to keep the value of your labor. Is it you? Or is it Visa and Ford Motor Credit? Contrasting stories. To make this stick, let's look at 2 people. Let's call them Alex and Jordan. Alex gets a promotion to $80,000 a year. He feels rich. Phase 1, success. But he falls into the traps immediately. Trap 1, he celebrates with a $3,000 vacation put on a credit card. I deserve it. Trap 2, he trades in his Civic for a BMW, $650 payment. Trap 3, he moves into a luxury apartment downtown. Rent takes 40% of his take-home pay. 3 years later, Alex makes $90,000, but his net worth is negative. He's stressed. He can't quit his job because he has payments due. He's a high-paid indentured servant. He looks rich, but he's fragile. One layoff ruins him. Now, meet Jordan. Jordan gets the same promotion to $80,000. Jordan knows the system is trying to trap him. He keeps the 2015 Honda. It's ugly, but it runs. Cost $0 a month. He stays in the cheaper apartment with a roommate for 2 more years.
He takes the difference, that margin, and maxes out his Roth IRA and puts the rest in a brokerage account. 3 years later, Jordan has $60,000 in investments. The market dips, he doesn't care. He loses his job, he has an emergency fund. He walks into work with his head high because he doesn't need them as badly as Alex does. Alex bought things, Jordan bought options. Alex bought status, Jordan bought freedom. The stats back this up. In The Millionaire Next Door, the data showed that most millionaires don't drive new luxury cars. They drive Toyotas and Fords. They don't look like the Instagram version of rich. They look boring. Boring is profitable. Excitement is expensive. Okay, so how do we get out of the traps? If you're nodding your head feeling sick because you're in 3 of these right now, don't panic. We fix this today. Here is your anti-trap playbook, the audit of shame. Tonight, open your last 3 months of bank statements. Highlight every subscription, every I deserve it meal, and every debt payment. You need to see the bleeding to